Have you ever been fired?
No, I'm a really good employee, except for right now, because supposed to be at work right now, but.
Have you ever been fired from a job?
Have I ever been fired?
Fired?
No, have I?
I'm sure. Let me think. I had over 30 jobs.
Have you ever been fired?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I got fired on my first day. I didn't even get a paycheck, but I still had to pay taxes, I remember.
Have you ever been fired?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, actually.
What was the job?
Data entry?
Hair salon.
Restaurant,
McDonald's?
grocery store.
I worked for Safeway. I was making the donuts too big. Then they were like,
Was I glued a dime to the end of the register. People would try to pick it up and I thought it was so funny, but it was vandalism, I guess, so they fired me.
I may have been shotgunning a beer in my car and my boss walked by, but I was convinced that she didn't see it. And then the next week, I just wasn't on the schedule.
I wasn't making enough sales, and then I got fired on my birthday. And so I walked out crying with my balloon. And
I was actually let go so that my boss's best friend could be hired on.
Were you upset?
Yeah.
I was just cussing everybody out.
I kind of had a, maybe a psychotic break.
I had a complete mental breakdown.
My soul couldn't do it anymore.
Felt really blindsided by it, but I did see it coming.
Do you think it was deserved?
Yes, I get it. I'm not mad about it. I'd be wishing I could go back sometime, shoot.
Have you ever been fired?
No, thank God.
No.
Never been fired, because I'm a good employee.
I'm a good girl. I've always moved up, never been fired.
I'm a pretty hardworking dude.
When I work, I everything I have into this job.
I try and do things as immaculately by the book as possible.
Are you the perfect employee?
Maybe.
Have you ever deserved to be fired?
We were told before not to take anything.
And maybe I took one thing.
What did you steal?
I don't know, it was an article of clothing.
Books from teachers' classrooms.
Lotion, makeup,
A $3 coffee smoothie.
bread, eggs,
Ice cream.
In the end, how many dollars did
oh
you steal
man,
from them?
$400 to $500.
I was a sales associate for a jewelry company.
You stole jewelry.
No, but I didn't stop people if they did. I wasn't gonna get in the middle of that.
Have you ever been fired?
I've never been fired. I feel like there's moments I should have been. There's been a lot of situations where I've had awful customers. I've said a little bit too much.
I am just mouthy.
My managers that were like, you can't be just you or else you're gonna be fired.
Have you ever been fired from a job?
No.
No.
I've never been fired.
Did you ever do anything you should have been fired for?
No.
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 In my old job, I fucked in one of the offices.
One time I came to work super hungover.
My supervisor, she said to not get drunk and almost fall off a boat at the company event next time.
Got to work super high. I was swirling yogurt and I just couldn't do it.
I smoked a lot of weed on my breaks and then would come back super high. Couldn't answer questions about the product.
What was the job?
I was a fragrance girl.
That's actually really smart, because then you can go.
Yeah, right? That's what I thought.
I got fired before I even started it.
Why?
I slept in. I was a no call, no show.
I just wasn't showing up.
And I just never came in.
I decided that on my lunch, I was just gonna go home and I just never came back. I don't even need to be here.
I hated that job.
I didn't care about the job.
Who cares? This job is not the job I want for my career.
I've definitely did things to be fired so that, unemployment can come through rather than quit and just have to look for another job.
Have you ever been fired?
I wasn't fired, but I did get laid off.
What's the difference?
Getting fired, usually I feel like you did something wrong. Getting laid off could have been out of your control.
Well, our place is closed officially, so I guess that could be a layoff.
Why did it close down?
COVID, because it's a club, and I don't think clubs are opening anytime soon.
Have you ever been fired from a job?
Yes.
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 What was getting fired like?
They texted me.
Like a voicemail.
They vaguely said performance related.
Both of our best interests if we just kind of part ways.
I was told that I was not a good fit after 18 years.
Been there for so many years and did so many different things to make the shop nicer for other people to work. And it was, oh my God, what am I gonna do with the rest of my life?
I kind of felt betrayed. I gave this particular company too much of my time to be treated that way.
I didn't get a call or anything from my supervisor, from the group lead. I feel like they should have been a bit more personal, at least a conversation.
Have you ever been fired?
Yes.
Why?
I chose other priorities over my work.
My mother-in-law had lung cancer. She was terminally ill, and I wanted to take a leave of absence. And they said, no, I can't have that. Oh, it sets a precedence. So I quit.
I think that was the right choice.
I had my brother work with me for a day. My brother made a mistake. And then the manager the next day was like, what is your brother, some fucking idiot? And so I just stood up and I was like, fuck you. You don't care about any of your employees. And I threw a metal water bottle towards him. And they were like, you need to come sign some paperwork in here. I'm like, yeah.
One of my jobs, my manager was really creepy.
Took me into the cooler and tried to do things with me, and I wouldn't, so she fired me.
Supervisor didn't seem to like me too much.
One day he just snapped and berated me like an angry father, and to say how much I disappointed him.
And said, like, if you don't fucking like it, and you can get the fuck out of here. And I was like, oh.
Do you think at the time you were undervalued?
Oh, yeah. I don't believe your life is worth $15 an hour, $20 an hour. I don't.
How did you feel when you were fired?
At the time, I was angry, but it shortly led to new opportunities.
I'm a big believer that everything happens for a reason. And if it wasn't for that, really wouldn't have the job that I have now. So it all worked out in the end.
I can focus on my business, my mom's business, help her, and then I have another business that's gonna pop off soon. So timing is everything. I'm happy.